Hello, ICICLE friends. My name is Shubhi Sinha and I'm with Indiana University. Let's continue the work of workforce development by talking about artificial intelligence ethics and what it means to democratize AI. So, let's do it. Artificial intelligence has long been in the spotlight for generating cases of poor outcomes. Facial recognition systems misrecognize brown people, recommendation systems promote biased hiring and disinformation, self-driving cars run stoplights and fail to recognize people in crosswalks. Even in the early days of AI research and development, it was recognized that AI has the potential for both good and harm. It can solve complex problems that humans can't, but it also has the capacity to create deeper social divides. Operationalizing AI requires abstractions of real-world activities, which downplays both experience and knowledge. AI can obscure or misrepresent the circumstances it's trying to improve, leading to unintended consequences. In digital agriculture, for example, this can happen when local knowledge is not represented and those with less power are exposed to data asymmetries. Ethical issues arise from infrastructure too. Infrastructure, simply put, is the technologies and systems necessary for society to function. And since social order relies on infrastructure, when it is not representative or democratic, it can also exacerbate inequalities. This creates a challenge when building cyber infrastructure. In this series of videos, we'll look at how forethought about ethical implications can create better outcomes, which is an endeavor we should undertake in the ICICLE project. We can do this by remembering the origins of AI, by bringing real-world issues into focus, and by drawing on contemporary work in AI ethics. So, here are our first two ethics tips. Tip number 1 is to recognize that AI is not inevitable. It is created and shaped by people, by resources, and by the conventions of scientific and social practice. We as developers have a lot of influence. We can ask the right questions for one. And that leads to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is to recognize that our responsibility is to the positive outcomes of our work. Though we may have well-intentioned goals, the development of AI and CI can introduce unintended issues such as bias. Make a commitment to the positive outcomes for end users, and you'll help realize the goals of democratizing AI. So, how do we do that? We'll talk more about specific ways to operationalize ethics through our use cases and through a commitment to fair practices in our upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.